Deadpool, branded as both hero and villain. Deadpool was once a badass mercenary named Wade Wilson. After being recruited into the Weapon X program, Wade was subjected to experiments that gave him awesome regenerative powers and drove him batshit crazy. Today, the merc with a mouth travels the globe in search of fortune and chimichangas.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Numbers Game. I'm your host Don, and today I thought we'd take a look at the underrated superhero game Deadpool. Now this is available on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One. It's a really fun hack and slash game with comedy and video game satire at a constant release, keeping the game feeling fresh throughout. It also has an abundance of cameos from other Marvel heroes, such as Wolverine and Cable. Now today we'll be looking at the 10 different alternate costumes that Deadpool has for you to unlock, but bear in mind that the 9...
Sometimes it's the setup work that'll get you all tuckered out. Bounce house, check. Boing. Wahoo! Boing. Banana! Boing. 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 Boing! Wahoo! Boing! Phew! That's what happens when you mix C4 with a bean burrito. Now be honest, I'm not the only one with a little bit of shit in their pants right now, am I?
So our first costume is the default skin for the campaign. This is a very traditional outfit for Deadpool with the red and black costume, a sack-looking mask, multiple pockets for ammunition, and a Deadpool logo belt buckle which acts as his teleportation device. It's an awesome looking outfit with a lot of inspiration from the comics, but it still contains a bit of its own flair.
I need theme music.
Moving on to the next costume, we have a Ballerina Pool. Now for this costume, Deadpool is wearing his default skin, but has a pink tutu dress over the top and a tiara on his head. Because of course he does. Not gonna say I love this outfit, but it is pretty hilarious. The costume also changes his katanas to gold fairy ones.
Hey, this is my jam. You can't sing. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. See?
He's like an angel.
I'm crazy. I'm crazy for feeling. This must be my stop.
The next costume is named Maid Frances and is basically Deadpool in his default suit again, but with a French maid uniform over the top. This costume is a little bit disappointing because if you look at the inspiration for the costume, you'll see that they could have done a lot more to it, but regardless, it's just another jokey costume, very fitting for this type of game. Up next is Chef Deadpool, and this is the final costume in the game to reuse Deadpool's default suit. This costume has Deadpool wearing a toque blanche and has him with his mask off so you can see his messed up face. This is another costume that alters his weapons, giving him 2 spatulas in place of his katanas.
I was just running around my game, and all of a sudden I noticed that some shit was fucked up. What's up with that?
I warned you about the budget, Deadpool. You literally blew all the money.
Budget? What the hell, man?
Yes, you do realize that all games have budgets.
Peter, sweetheart, Bumula, let me remind you that my website got 15 million hits the weekend we announced. 1,000,001? 1,000,002?
The next outfit is Uncanny X-Force, and this is the costume Deadpool wears when he's a member of the X-Force superhero team. Now in the game it is the same model as the default Deadpool skin, but is palette swapped to the traditional grey and black colour code of the team. This is a very nice looking outfit and one of my favourite Deadpool costumes from the comics. Next costume is named Classic Deadpool and is essentially Deadpool's outfit he wore back in the 90s and early 2000s. His costume is a little brighter and he's wearing a teleportation device around his chest. This costume changes his weapons into some hilarious ragdoll chickens, which makes the suit all the worthwhile. Next is Ultimate Deadpool, and this is Deadpool from Earth 1610 in the Marvel Universe. He's wearing red and black attire again, but you'll see a striking difference in the pattern on the face and body. He's also wearing the jacket, which contains a red belt and sleeves over his hands, and he's wearing the iconic red pirate boots. This costume changed his katanas into fiery blades, and overall this is a very satisfying costume to unlock, and while I may not be a huge fan of the design in the comic books, in the game it's a nice change from the other costumes. Up next is a costume that Deadpool once wore when he was trying to be an X-Man. His mask is how you'd expect, but the rest of the suit replaces the red part of the design to yellow, and he's also retained the pirate boots from his Ultimate costume. X-Men in big red letters is also printed across his torso, and his Deadpool logo on his belt is replaced with the X-Men logo. This is a brilliant costume to be included in the game, as I think it looks bloody amazing. I love the colour scheme at play, and the red mask doesn't look out of place because of the red on the X-Men logo. It's a well designed costume. Next is the final costume used by Deadpool when he tried to work with the X-Men. This one is my favourite costume in the game because again I really like the colour scheme. This time his costume has changed to a dark blue, and what is usually red is now an orangey gold. He also has a few lines going down the attire, making it look very futuristic, almost like an Iron Man suit for Deadpool would look like. In fact, now that I think about it, Iron Deadpool is quite a cool name for this costume. Okay, so the final costume in Deadpool is named D. Pooley, and only in a few words, is a DJ Deadpool costume. He's got this very nice looking Deadpool themed tracksuit on, gold watches, a large gold necklace, and a band around his head. Now this costume also changes his pistols to gold. It's a ridiculous costume, but also very, very cool. And just like this game, Deadpool may not be a masterpiece of storytelling, level design, or even reinvent hack and slash games, but if you're a fan of the character, it's definitely worth checking out on PS4 or Xbox One. Thanks for watching this episode of The Numbers Game, and I'll see you next time. Adios.
You're Spider-Man. Look, next time, leave the fighting to the pros.
Okay, but what if there aren't any around?
Good one.
New York! Now you've been summoned for a special occasion.
I'm the one who kept order in this city!
Apparently the show's not over. anyone left in New York who doesn't want me dead?
A thin line between living and dying. I'm on the edge and I might just die.
Next time you get in my way, I will not be so gentle.
Girl problems again.
Gotcha!
Shut up!
I'm coming up. Feel the rush.
Hands up!
Feel the rush. I said this ain't legendary.
Rated T for teen.